Okay, good morning. How are you today, Frank and Jackie and Mark? Good morning. It's great to see you here. And I'm just going to turn to my other view where I can say a proper hello. I have embedded this armature into all of these legs now. And I've let it come to room temperature, and it is really strong. I've been using this Richardson armature wire and just this clipper. These are the only tools I really need to do that job. And then using a tool, let me switch to the other view now, like this. Let me get it where you can see it. I still don't have my new camera up. Oh my goodness, I know I've been so darn busy. There we go. You can see a loop on one end and an angle on the other. And that's what I made the channels for the armature, and then I put it to the shape of the general shape, and then embedded it and covered it up with hot clay or warm clay that I have over here next to me in my plate warmer. And now it's very stable. And the other thing I did and made sure I did was when I'm looking at it, and it's hard for you to see this way, I'm making sure it's straight up and down, so you don't have one leg on the one side too long and it pitches it over or anything. So you want to make sure it's and Cindy, good morning, Cindy. Everybody's here. It's so great. So I've got that in, but these legs are crazy thick. But that's okay. They're very strong now. And so I'm going to begin to just shave off the clay and use my caliper tools and until I get it to the widths that are shown in our reference material. And I have more reference material that's going to be coming. I found some great views. Let me switch for a minute and let me get the other video view in. Okay, so back behind me, I have a Nat Geo Wild Wolves 101, and I'm going to need to make sure I post that in our posts and in the live stream today. There are places you can stop along the way and see different poses. And let me get to one that's really good here. Okay, so this pose, if you can see it from there, yes, this shows a wolf front on. So we're going, okay, well, we've got all these pictures, but how wide is the wolf if you look at it right front on and, like that. And so this is a really good reference shot. There's several. Of course, it's a video, so it's moving, and you can kind of see as it turns its head. So we can get some reference shots of the width of the wolf. And then there's another set of pictures where the head is down, and that goes along with what we're trying to do here. So, I'm trying to get some accuracy and use reference materials as I go. And then when we get to the face, which will be next, I found some really good shots of the snarling face. So we get a lot of different views here, and I don't want it to be confusing, but what I'm going to do is selectively create some more reference material to go along with all that we have here, which is giving us a start. It's not enough, but it's giving us a start. So what I'm going to do is I have a towel, just a regular towel, and a piece of parchment paper, and I'm just going to lie him down on that because I don't want, even though this side isn't done, I don't want too much denting in. And just so you know, I didn't warm him up at all today. He's room temperature. It's about 68 in here, so it's very, very sturdy right now, really hard, which is what you want. So, all right, I'm going to start, and I've got a million, too many different things going on. But I'll try to focus on this, and so you'll learn something new yourself. So, okay, so the first thing I'll do is work on this hock area. And I'm getting my caliper measurement there, and I'm going to just put it right on there, like kind of, and I'll show you close up now. Let me show you close. Here we go. This is the other mouse. All right, let's do that again. I'm going to do that again so you can really see what I'm doing. Parchment paper over the towel. Yeah, because the parchment paper kind of peels right off the clay. It doesn't cause a problem. And if you wanted to, let me just switch real quick while that comment is there, because here's my clay being warmed up in here with aluminum foil. It's all very ready to work, but I have the towel on top, and depending on how warm I want to get this, if I did want to warm it up, I can just place it on there, maybe place the towel over there, and he'll warm up just a little bit, and that's helpful depending on what you want to do. But not to jump the gun, I just wanted to say that the parchment paper makes a great, and I would probably put it like this, if I'm going to warm them up, so the towel material doesn't get down on them. So it's pretty helpful, very heat resistant. You know, you can cook up to 400 some degrees with that. This is Costco parchment paper, so it's really good. Anyway, so let me go back to the other view. Now we're going to start, and I still have my setting, and I want to make sure you can really see this. Let's get in closer. And what I do, there we go, is just kind of make a mark and it creates a mark on each side, if you can see that right there. And that shows me how much I need to shave off. So as you can see, there's guessing, and everybody go, oh, the person's so talented, they can do all this. Well, you know what? It's so much of it is a measuring and just paying attention to detail, and being disciplined about measuring. And you go, okay, now I'm lost. What do? You go back and measure. And I'll just keep doing this. Whoops. And sometimes you take too much off. That's very typical, very normal. And you just keep going until you bring it down. But see, now that you have the armature in there, and I've got it in all four legs, I think I said that, but if anyone's new here, all four legs have the armature to the point where the wolf can stand up now and be very sturdy. So, all right, so we're going to pare those legs down. And this sometimes makes a little mess of clay. Just, that's another nice thing about the parchment paper. It just spills right off it. So that's good. And then you can collect it back up after you're done. But I'm just going to turn things around. Actually, I'm going to work on the other side of it. Just get it pared down. And if you, you kind of get mesmerized by the process of sculpting, which is very common, the great thing about this kind of clay is you can just fix it. Other kinds of clay are not that forgiving. So it makes a big difference to use modeling clay that's easily adjusted as you go. I'm just getting it from underneath here because I know there's extra thickness down here. And that's helpful. We'll dump that off my parchment paper. Getting it thinner, as you can see. We're not there yet. I'll check again. One of the things, and this is what I think about, one of the reasons why there's not a lot of videos on how to really approach this stage of things is because, let me do this length too. This can be a little tedious, and maybe people don't always want to watch the process. And it's not always fast. That's the thing. This is not the Bob Ross School of Sculpture, do a painting in one sitting. And that's, maybe a problem. But on the other hand, this is the only way that I think people can learn how to finally achieve a result they didn't think it's possible. It's this discipline and following your reference material. And that's all it really takes to be a good sculptor. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. All right, so now, I don't know if I want to go any further yet with that. I got that one pared down, and now I think I'll do the next one, just to sort of even it out. So, I know this one's this thin. This picture doesn't really show me that. See, that's the problem with not enough reference material. but I'll just, whoops, let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this one there, and I'm going to apply it to the one behind the other leg. So now I have the two markings, and I'm going to do the same thing on that leg. So I'm just going to start to tear it down with my tool. I'm going to get clay all over the place, but hopefully that is a nice thing about the parchment paper, that you can just kind of sweep it off. That's good. And just get that pared down on each side. Let's get this marking on this side. And otherwise, it's really, really hard to keep the forms in your mind with relationship to each other. If you don't have the reference material and a way to measure, it's really, really a challenge. All right, I'm getting that down. I'm not in the best position the way I'm sitting, because normally I sit up a little higher, but I'm trying to also be available in both views. So for example, if I turn this off right now until I have my new camera up, I have to sit down this low so you can see me here. But and this is not quite right. I can see I have what I'm going to do is print that in reverse. Remember how I did that with the Bobcat? I printed them in reverse as well so you could better measure, because I can see that hock is way too short on this side. So we just the feet start to disappear into the grass here. So you kind of have to imagine that, and I'll have better reference material for you for the feet, but I'm going to at least make it the same length as this side. So I'm going to go from that kind of heel area to where the paw begins on this, and then do that here, and it's much higher. I can see that. All right, so I'm going to take some clay. And somebody goes, oh, is this additive or subtractive? Sometimes we get questions like that. And this is both. That's what's great about the modeling clay, is it's additive and subtractive as you work, which is very forgiving compared to a lot of other materials. I'm going to actually, let's see where I don't have my sharpest cutting tool right now, but I'm just going to use this for now. I put a lot of my tools away for now because we're getting ready to move, and I retained some of the most useful tools. I can get them right out, but I'm going to try to use what I have. I'm really looking at this here. That's too much. I know it's too much already, but I will measure it. There I go. See now, there I go. Running away from measuring. I'm measuring this area here. I can show you better than that. This area here right now, and applying it to the other side. Let me switch to the other view. There we go. Okay, better. So, you want each side to have the same lengths. I don't think it's likely that this hock is going to be a different length on this side. Let me cut some of that away. So it's a little tedious. It's going to start to get tedious. I think that's one of the challenges, is as you start to get these sculptures more refined, now they go slower. It's just not as exciting to watch in a way. But this is where the difference between really good sculpture and just same old starts to occur. Now I want to just test to make sure I didn't change the stance. Okay, it's getting better there. All right, it's definitely better on that side. And this leg has to be further up, so I can see I'm going to have to look at some more pictures and get this other side, but I can see just from the video. Let me show you the video in the background here again. I have a picture, and let's see if it's easier for you to see. There we go. I can see a little bit with that leg further up where that hip and thigh fall. So I'm just going to add to that. And one of the things I should mention is a lot of times that the animal, because of the fur, it has sculpture with I'm trying to read, meditative mind. Yes, you know what? Never in a hurry, because that's what's going to make it fun. Mark just pointed out, you just want to be able to sort of zone out doing something like this. And does take discipline and attention, but also that you've got to feel like you can just sort of zone out and really enjoy the process. And you'll still learn. I mean, you might have to go back and fix something. But you know what? You're doing it. And that alone is going to get you better. And I've always said, too, it's kind of like playing a musical instrument. If you practice, it will really pay off. Nobody gets good without practicing. So you guys want to really practice that. So what I'm going to do is just continue and let's see, what time is it? Because I don't yet time for me to quit. And I will hopefully have a lot of these, the legs all pared down. And also my other goal is to get you some more reference material that you can measure with me. So we can be on the same page, literally, with what we're trying to do. And then I think next week we'll start on the face. I may cut this head off from I don't know from how far back yet. I have to think about it. But then we'll very carefully create a beautiful face portrait and a kind of a menacing, scary, but cool. That's my goal. I think it's fun. All right, so have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye.